Recording in progress.
All right. So I will be starting out covering the senior camp updates. Unfortunately, Pastor Pizarro had some emergency pastor stuff. We Anybody understand that? Pastors get emergency stuff all the time. Anybody got a pastor in this room? I think some people got some pastors here. Um, so you get it. And so, fortunately, I've been with him all along and, following along with him. So I do have some updates. Really looking forward to this year with the seniors. If you're a senior or a parent of a senior and you were there last year, you remember how wonderful of a time that the seniors had. It was a great time. I mean, there was a mighty move of God. It seemed like every night, Brother Sinclair just did a great job preaching the word. I'm excited for this year because it's going to be Colton Carroll, and if anybody's ever heard him preach before, he does an amazing job. I got to hear one of his messages that he had preached back east, and it was phenomenal. He's doing an incredible job, and of course, Luke St. Clair will be back in the morning services, and so we're really looking forward to that. We know it's going to be a mighty move of God. So, um, as we know, more camp means more people. And so we got more people this year that are coming from different places. We even have more churches that are attending this year. It's one thing that I love about camp is that these kids spend their entire year out in the world dealing with people, seeing people of the world, be people of the world. And once a year, they get to come together and see that living for God is really the way to go, that a biblical worldview is really the best worldview, and to be with a like-minded and a like precious faith. That is a wonderful opportunity for kids to come and do that every year. And that's why, my pastor, myself, my wife, the lads, all of the leadership that you'll meet on this call today, we all pour our heart and soul into this camp because we believe in the why. And the why is there's going to be about, so far, according to registration, there's 45 kids that don't have the Holy Ghost that are coming this year. 45. That's 45 souls that we get to take into our hands this year. We do not take that lightly. We understand the trust that's being placed in us anytime that you put someone in our care, and we take that very seriously. The planning for this year started during camp last year. And so since camp last year, we started preparing for this year. And there are a couple of changes that I want to go over. First of all, let me start out with the changes. Let me just say, read the camper handbook. It is expected that every camper and their parents have gone in and read the camper handbook. We could, drill rules, regulations, and everything else into kids all day. We don't want to do that. That's why we place the bottom line up front with the camper handbook. We put all the information in that in there that you need to see. So we ask that you before camp, you should be going through those guidelines with your family, with the people of the church. Hopefully, I know my pastor is planning on next week on Wednesday, having all of the youth that are going to camp mandatorily meeting after service so that he can walk through the guidelines step by step and tell them these are the things that you need to know. I hope that everybody is doing something like that at their church. I would think that, everybody's doing their part to ensure that the rules are going to be followed. Um, in the latest version of the handbook is their Snack Shack info. So people can add their Snack Shack tabs to the Snack Shack's square system before you show up to camp. So that just takes one little, if you do it ahead of time, that takes one little thing out of the camp arrival that you don't have to worry about. So please do that. Look in there. The information's in there. I will also drop it in the chat at the end of this meeting. I'll go ahead and drop that link in here. And so you can do it. If you want to fill out that tab ahead of time, you can do that. I want to also talk about the mattresses. Make sure that your campers have twin mattresses. Last year we were a little less lenient than we were the year before with the queen size mattresses, but this year we're going to be even more strict. We're going to be drilling down on that because it does take up quite a bit of space. So please make sure that they're not bringing a queen size mattress, that they have a twin. We appreciate that. Um, Another thing that I want to throw to the top, and that is no Postmates. We will not allow any Postmates this year. If you get caught using Postmates, meaning kids, or even if parents want to send their kids food or something, I assure you, you're going to hear from Brother Brazil at the end of this, or during this webinar. He's going to talk about the fantastic food that we have here at camp this year. There is no need to order food. No need. So if we see people ordering Postmates, that food will be confiscated. So we just have to make that known, clear, and upfront. Hate to be the bad guy here, but also love to ensure that everybody is sharing the experience, and that includes the food. Another thing that we had come up last year, we'll have a zero tolerance policy on filming in the dorms. No filming in the dorms. There will be a clear, quick confiscation of the phone, and if it's being malicious and we catch somebody filming in the dorms, I mean, if we have to we don't want to send anybody home. That's the last thing we want. That's heartbreaking to have to send somebody home. But there is zero tolerance for violating somebody's privacy. It's a pretty big deal. People have to feel like they're in that space, that they're private. And we don't want to see kids on their phones around camp doing the little, getting the hunchback, looking at the phone. No, we're not going to be having that this year. We're going to be walking around telling people, put it away. I get it. You want to take photos. You want to make the most of the memories. We encourage you to do that, but in a very smart and non-invasive way. Not only to other people's privacy, but to your time too. This is a time you should be connecting with like-minded people, like Precious Faith, of the people around you. And if you're looking at your cell phone the whole time, you're not taking in the things of God that are around you. You do that at home. If it's it's going to be a problem, try to leave your phone at home. Maybe don't bring it if you know it's going to be a problem. Give it to a counselor. Don't I don't want to see anybody walking around with their phone out. It's just not a healthy way to do it. Final word of encouragement. Let me take the edge off here and just say, I get it. That was a little rough, but I just want to take the edge off here and say, man, I am so excited for this year. It is going to be a blast. This year is going to be amazing. I know it is. I have not only do I have a good feeling about it, but while praying for this camp, which I do every single day, I just feel God telling me that there's going to be some real change coming out of this camp. You're going to see the youth leave with friendships and bonds with people from other churches that they've never had before. And it's going to be great. And every year, I mean, last year, my own son, Jameson, got filled with the Holy Ghost. What a feeling. What a feeling. What better reward can one receive than their kid growing in faith? So that's really what it is. I really want to encourage you again to look at that camper handbook. If you have any questions, respond to the email that you got this link from. We'll do our best to answer them. I want to pass it real quick. Last announcement. You'll see here that the senior boys and the senior girls dorm. Oh, that's the wrong map. Dang it. I hate it when I do that. So the junior girls are here. See my cursor? The senior boys are here over here at where it says junior girls dorm. My bad. I don't know how that happened. Either way, long story short, the senior girls and the senior boys are switching dorms this year. We found that there is an extra 1,000 feet of space for sleeping quarters, and so we're going to make that change. And I want to go ahead and now pass it on to the lads. Go ahead and take the floor.
All right, finally get that mic figured out. Hello, everyone. Hey, we want to say with Jake Wolf, thank you so much, everybody, for coming to see this. This is important stuff. You get a lot of good stuff, and that we are also extremely excited. This year is going to be amazing. I should have chatted this before, but I think we had 28 kids get the Holy Ghost last year in juniors.
Yeah.
And then we had like 6 or 7. So we had a total of 30 plus kids get the Holy Ghost last year at camp. And I'm expecting more this year. In Jesus' name, we're going to have even more get the Holy Ghost. Hopefully all 45 of them. That'd be awesome.
I'm super excited.
But we are very excited. We have a lot of it staying the same because it works great, but we have some major changes that we're gonna run this year. But overall, we just want to thank you for trusting your kids with us. We're going to take good care of them, and our team this year is just incredible.
We have an amazing team this year. We have more guy counselors than we've ever had, and we've been communicating with them. So you parents, your kids are in good hands. These counselors are coming with a mind to see these kids have a great time and see these kids get the Holy Ghost, and they are so excited about camp. I've never seen adults so excited about camp besides us. So I'm over the moon right now.
We have a lot of the same people that we had last year, and then we have some new ones also. And so we know that they're not going to be a whole lot of questions. They are going to know what to expect. They know how to do it. They did it last year amazing, and they're going to kill it again this year. So the kids are under fantastic hands. They're just going to be taken care of and have a good time. That's for sure. And then we have a goal. It's something that we do always, no matter what we do, whether it's Super Kids Church, Sunday school, camp, we always keep the agenda so packed full of stuff that these kids are so busy having so much fun and full of Jesus and all of the fun and the services that they don't even have time to be able to get in trouble or come up with their own ideas because we've got it covered for them.
For sure.
So, we have an amazing packed days and then Holy Ghost filled nights. We are going to be having Julian Estrada, the Estrada's family, and his wife, Kim, helping us this year. I've seen what he's done in many kids services. He's just an incredible prayer warrior, an altar worker, and a great minister. And I'm positive it's going to be incredible this year. So we don't have a whole lot of things to bring to you guys. Honestly, we have a few things that we really like to touch up on, and Angel's going to actually take that away. But I just want to finish with, I'm excited and thank you so much. We're going to have a great time.
Yes, for sure. So if you are familiar with Camp West, you know that we do like a best dressed spirit week. So this year, as you can see from all of our advertisements and as you can see as our photo here, it is going to be a military themed, so patriotic military theme. We are answering God's call on our lives. And so Tuesday we're doing a tie-dye, so it's twins. So have your kids find somebody that they want to tie-dye with, and then they'll come to lunch. On Wednesday it's camo, so bring on your best dressed army, camo, paratrooper, whatever it is. And Thursday is patriotic, so red, white, and blue. Let's have some patriotic dress. One of the super exciting things that we brought in this year, and a huge thanks to a family based out of the Fairfield Church, Add Tea Specialties. They have helped us create a storefront for Camp West Junior merch. They not only created that and helped us produce that, but they're also producing Camp West merch. So if you have a camper or you're a staff member or you just want your own, there is Camp West merch. So check your emails. Brother Jake has sent you a link to their storefront, and I think there's less than 48 hours left. So jump in there, grab your merch. If you're a junior camper, there's junior camper specific merch, and you can pay for it, order it online, everything. And then when you get to camp, after you've checked in, your kids will receive their merch given to them during the week of camp. So that's one less shirt or sweatshirt you have to pack for them. But there's just so much. I'm so excited about it. I'm super
And the last
excited.
thing
Um,
is the first day. The first
yeah.
day when you get to camp, there's been a video sent out. Please watch the video. It's good information, but we just want to add a few things. The first thing is when your child registers at the desk, please be sure that they get their lanyard and they get a wristband. And as soon as they get that wristband, they need to put that wristband on and keep it on their whole camp.
This is for juniors.
Yeah.
So juniors, we divided the entire junior camp into teams, and so there's going to be different different wristband colors, and so we need you to put that wristband on your child. So don't put it too tight, don't put it too loose where it comes off, because they are going to be wearing it for the entirety of the camp. So we do need to keep those on because there's a lot of moving parts that are happening this year. If you're familiar with VBS, we're doing a lot of rotation, so we need those wristbands to be on so that we can try to keep a little bit more order. And then check out parents. This is something that we are doing with our juniors. Please make sure you check out with your child's counselor. So go to them and say, hi, I am taking Junior, or I am taking Gabby and I am her mom and I am checking out right now and she is leaving campus. That way we don't have a lot of running around. We had a child that went missing. So last year we were trying to figure out where they went and who picked them up. So we don't want that to happen again. Please check out. If you are coming to pick them up, check out with their counselor. That way we have an accountability of where they all are and who is still on campus and who is not. So
we found the kid.
We did find the kid and they were there helping us clean up. But yeah, there's a little confusion a little bit, but
thank you so much. We love you guys. We're going to rock it.
Thank you so much, lads. We are really excited to see what God's Army does. It's going to be great. All right. We're going to go on now to Brother Brazil, the camp cook, the chef, the man with the plan. Brother Brazil, go for it.
All right. Once again, looking forward to camp this year. We've got a lot of volunteers. Also, looks like we're sitting at about 27, 28 people, which is great. That's going to help us to staff both shifts in the kitchen and also have some bakers that are going to be baking some fresh desserts and cookies and stuff like that throughout the week. And so we're looking forward to that. If you're on here and you're on the kitchen staff, that you volunteered for kitchen staff, I'm going to be sending out individual text messages in the next day or two just to touch base with you and start putting together the teams and start, kind of getting the assignments put together. So be looking for that. We got a great menu. We're bringing back all the favorites. We've also added a couple of new things. We've rearranged some stuff. We heard all the feedback from last year, and we're working toward making everything better this year. So, I really don't have much more than that. We're going to be introducing our fast passes this year, and I'll be talking about that a little more in the orientations at camp. Matter of fact, I was supposed to reach out to the lads and ask them for a couple of minutes at their orientation, and I forgot. So I'll ask them here in front of everybody so that they can't tell me no. But anyways, we're gonna do that. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna make things how can you make standing in line at the meal more exciting? It's hard to do, but we're gonna do our best. So we're looking forward to a fun, upbeat, positive atmosphere, serving the campers, serving the volunteers, and that's what we're shooting for this year. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. I mean, it's here. It's time to stop talking about it and start doing. So. And just so everyone knows, Joey Ladd did just send me a text message to the side and said no. So I want to call him out for that. So thank you.
It's unfortunate that he has that kind of attitude right before camp starts.
He'll pray through.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Let me check and see if he's on a list of the people who don't have the Holy Ghost. No, he does. He does. My bad. Okay.
I got that last year.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. All righty. So thank you, Brother Brazil. We appreciate it. And I look forward to gaining at least 4 pounds prior to my return. So it will be great. Let's see, Brother Gregory, safety.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Looking forward to another great year. Safe, secure, with all the kids having fun, being able to, let these kids really experience and make those friendships that Brother Wolf was talking about. I cannot stress enough. He said it. I'm going to say it again, to make sure you are familiar with the handbook. The handbook has the rules. So my team is just going to be enforcing the rules that every kid should already be aware of. And it's really just to keep them safe, as well as the privacy of others, as well as just, overall making sure that we're abiding by all the rules out there. So cannot stress that enough. I know I put it in the chat, but as they said, this year, they can't be bringing in, Uber Eats or any of those food, just because to get the food, they have to go to restricted areas. And so it puts them outside of where the zones they should be in. Last year we tried to say, hey, no, and, be nice and still give them the food. But this year, I'll be coming back 4 pounds heavier on everybody's Uber Eats, I guess. Just make sure, really, at the end of the day, you've covered it off. Obviously, Brother Wolf mentioned some of the churches will be meeting, but as a parent, please take the time, read through, double check your kids' bags. Any type of weapon or anything like that will be confiscated. And then just depending on how and what, there could be other consequences. So, it's very important that parents and I said students, but, campers are aware of the rules. So that way there's no hard feelings. We're not picking on anybody. We're just trying to make sure at the end of the day, everybody goes home safe and full of memories. So
Thank you, Brother Darren. We appreciate you so much. And he does so much, his team does so much to keep our campers safe. I mean, I remember I worked for for CAL FIRE, and they had 10 things that you brought 10, rules about the fire line. And the last one was fight fire aggressively, having provided for safety first. And, that's right here. We say, let's have camp. Let's have a lot of fun having we provided for safety first. And how do you do that? By reading what the rules are. And the rules are in place for a reason. And it says that, those people who love the law, it's peaceful, peace to those who love that law, and none shall be offended. You're not going to be offended if you know the law. If you know what the rules are, it's not going to offend you. And so we need to make sure that our kids know what the rules are. And I get some of these folks are 20 years old, and they've been going to college and whatnot. That doesn't mean that they know what the rules are. We have to make sure that doesn't matter who they are, that they know what the rules are, because they're going to be held. Everybody's going to be held to the same standard. Just like the doctrine of the church that we attend is, we believe in the doctrine of the apostles, and that's written down clear cut in the book of Acts and what was taught in the New Testament. And we go to that. And so this book, I'm not like equating it to the Bible, but you can't get into trouble if you don't know what the rules are. So please make sure that they know. We're going to go now to talking about registration. We're going to go to my lovely wife, Dr. Denise Wolf. Take it away.
Hi, everyone. We're so glad that you're here. So I'm going to go through a few things about registration and checking in your campers as you drop them off. So check-in will be for those that are volunteering, and their own children will be at 10 a.m. So volunteers, you will not be able to check in someone else's camper. So if you're bringing a bunch of campers from your church, or you have your friends' campers with you, you can't check them in. So the volunteer can only check in their own campers at 10 a.m. And then the rest of the population of campers can check in at noon. We're not going to have distinguishing lines based on junior and senior. So either side, so that way that because we did have a long line of seniors kind of piling up, waiting throughout the morning, and we ended up bringing them in earlier. So because they were starting to wind into the street. And so this year, it doesn't matter either side. We do ask to try and not arrive so early that you're sitting there for 2 hours, because then we feel bad, feel like we need to entertain you and we can't. So try to arrive as close to that time as you can so that we can check you in at noon. And so all of the volunteers can be ready to receive you as you come in. So one thing you want to look for in advance of coming to camp is to make sure you got the email that it comes from campwest@regfox.com. And you get this email and it has a QR code in it and it confirms that you've registered for camp. If you do not have that email, check your spam first, because it may have gone there. But if you don't see it, certainly reach out to me. We can look you up if for some reason you lose it, you don't have it. It does have an option for our iPhone users to add it to your Apple Wallet. So you can do that as well. You can print it out. There's a number of options, but the easiest way for us to check you in is to have that QR code up and ready. So I would encourage you all and ask that you please in the next week that you look for that email, make sure you have it. I'm going to be putting my contact information in the chat when I'm finished. And so if you don't have it, then please let me know and I will look into your issue for you. We did have some issues with folks that registered and they didn't select their camper option. So therefore they weren't completely registered and weren't charged essentially. So I have followed up with most folks that did happen to. But if you realize I wasn't charged, I didn't get the email, that could be the case. So just know that. Then once you're checked in with that QR code on either side of the doors where, at the main, and it'll be clear if you're new this year where to go. We will have clear guidance and direction. Then you will go to back tables where you will get your lanyard. If you're a junior, you'll get your wristband. Again, parents, volunteers, please help them put it on right away so they don't lose it and so that they are identified properly. And then the seniors will have their lanyards as well as the volunteers. We do have an option to check in and on the spot register anyone that's coming as a youth pastor that's going to be on campus the whole time with us, because we do want to account for you and know that you are that we know why you're there, because we do want to keep track of who is roaming around and hanging out with the campers on campus. Then let's see here. You will be charged if you've only paid the deposit. You will be charged on the 14th for the remaining balance. If that is a concern, then please reach out to me and let me know, and we can chat through that. I think that is all that I have for registration. So thank you. And I'll add my information into the chat if you have any questions or concerns and you need to reach out to me. Thanks.
Hey, Sister Wolf. All right. Well, let's go ahead and we're going to actually watch a video real quick on arrival instructions.
Welcome to Camp West 2025. We are so excited to see you this year from June 16th to 20th at the beautiful Monterey County Fairgrounds. Make sure you register ahead of time at campwest.org. On June 16th, the official check-in starts at 12 noon. Be sure to arrive early to secure your place in line. The address is 2004 Fairground Road, Monterey, California. When you arrive, park on the north side along the Fairground Road in the designated spaces. Just like last year, all campers will enter in through the large doors into the Monterey Room. Out front, you'll find 2 registration lines, one for seniors to the left and juniors to the right. Once you're inside, staff will guide you to one of 3 paths. Option 1, if you're carrying your gear, you'll go straight to your assigned dormitory. Option 2, if you need to drop off your items, staff will guide you back outside to gate 4, where you'll receive a time slot in your assigned drop-off zone. You'll have 30 minutes max to unload. Volunteers and carts will be there to help you unload and get the items to the right place quickly and efficiently. Zone A is Junior Boys Dorm. Zone B is Senior Boys Dorm. Zone C is Senior Girls Dorm. And Zone D is Junior Girls Dorm. Now you may be asking, what about volunteers? Great question. Volunteers can check in early at 10 a.m. on June 16th to get ready before campers arrive. Volunteers may bring only their legal and biological children with them. Anyone else must be accompanied by an adult while waiting. A friendly reminder, don't bring any mattresses larger than a twin. This will make sure that we have enough space for everyone. Camp West 2025 is going to be unforgettable. We can't wait to see you there.
All right. I don't think that the Dixons were able to make it. They had a prior commitment. It was their daughter's birthday party. So they weren't able to make it today. I went ahead and dropped the tab into the chat. That is the where you can go on and click and go online and add to their tab so that they have money to spend when they're at camp. We try to do the most to dissuade sending cash because people lose money, it gets misplaced. They don't do a good job of keeping track of it, like most of us adults. So, do your best to open it up on the on the Square app. There it is. The QR code's on here on the screen as well. And just to kind of throw out a couple of updates that the Dixons wanted me to share with you this time, it's number one, I've really reduced the complexity of the menu. In the past, they've tried to make the menu as diverse as possible to try to give as many choices so that people can get something that they like. They found that it decreases the wait time and it actually giving a bunch of options to a 10-year-old kid actually means that they're just going to take a long time looking at the menu. So they decided to go ahead and decrease the amount of items and simplify it. They know which are the items that sold the most over the last couple of years. They can go back and analytically look at it, and they know which ones are the popular ones. So they've kind of simplified the menu, got rid of the things that don't really sell that much, and able to make it more streamlined. They're going to use more clear camper signage, having a clear menu, giving the ability for them to choose what they want before they make it to the window. And then they have this new system. It's a handheld, square deal that they can walk around with and take orders while people are standing in line. So if somebody knows what they want, they can go up, they can take the order, print out a receipt, give them the receipt. They just hand it at the window when they get there. The transaction's already done. The list of what they want's already done. They just got to gather this stuff up and give it to them. So it's going to decrease the amount of time on that. And then, of course, the pre-setup snack tabs really helps. If the more people that do that, the quicker the lines are going to go, because that's one of the big things every year is how long the Snack Shack lines are. Little optimization here and there, I think, is going to really really eliminate a lot of the line waiting. Okay. Closing comments, and then we're going to open it up to questions. Just want to say to everybody that decided to make the jump and get on here today, I thank you for your time. It's really important to us that, we do I know some people get annoyed. Let me back up. I know people get annoyed because they get 1,000 emails from me about Camp West. But let me just say, when we over communicate, we're actually just starting to communicate. So every year we try to do a good job of getting the information out there as much as we can. We know we can do better, and we know that we can improve on it. The best way to do that, at the end of camp, we are going to send everybody a survey. We sit down a couple weeks after camp. We look at all the survey submissions. That's how we determine we're going to make all of the changes that we make this year. So when we look at that information about what food items that we're going to have at the Snack Shack, what food items Brother Brazil is going to cook in the kitchen. He looks at that data, sees what was popular, what wasn't. We look at, hey, the line, really bothered us that, there was two separate lines, and one that's line moved fast and they were done, and the other line, the senior line, felt like it took forever. And so we looked at that and we made some changes there. And so we're slowly optimizing this thing a little bit here, a little bit there to make it better every year. And we do that through that survey data and through the feedback you give us. This is an iterative process. I'll tell you what, the only thing that's going to keep us from having camp next year is if Jesus comes back. That's it. And if that happens, then it really doesn't matter at that point. Other than that, we're going to have camp next year. And this is just slowly building as much as we can about every year getting better and better and better. And, pressing towards the mark. At the end of the day, this thing is about one thing, really, at the end of the day. It's building these campers' relationship with God. That's what this is about. It's not about making money. It's not about people's egos getting fluffed. It's not about any of that. It's, and we can have fun too, which is great. But at the end of the day, if we're not growing the relationship of God between the campers and God, we're doing a disservice to what we're trying to do. So I encourage you, before they get out the door, before you send your campers off, pray with them, encourage them to grow their relationship with God, to step out, to be vulnerable, to open themselves up to new opportunities. I encourage you, and we want to do this with you. We're doing this thing with you. We're not just doing it for you. So please, if you have any other questions, anything else that you want to cover, we'll be happy to stick around. I am going to open it up to questions. And with that, I thank you. And go ahead and we'll open it up to questions. We'll do, since there's 65 people, we'll start with raised hands. If you have a raised hand, we'll go to you first for questions.
We've been feeling a lot of them in the chat. But we do have one. Brother Joe.
Brother Mays, go ahead.
Hi, this is Sister Chelsea Mays.
Sister Chelsea.
My daughter and some other of the teen girls had a question about clothing. Since we're having two services, they're wondering if they should full on dress up for both morning and night service, or should they just dress up for night service and come casual for morning service?
That is a good question.
Do you want me to?
Go ahead.
Is there anyone from seniors on here that would rather answer it, or?
Because those are seniors, correct?
Yeah.
Seniors, yes.
I believe I was just chatting with Sister Pizarro about it a little bit ago, and we are approaching it like a midweek in the morning. So kind of a little bit more on the casual side, but not in your, super casual. But then for the evening is when they'll dress up more. That's how we're talking it through.
Not juniors.
Okay.
Doesn't come with,
Seniors.
Seniors. Perfect.
For juniors, I'm lucky if my son just has his, all the pieces together.
His shirt's on straight. We're good.
Not backwards.
You just have to make sure they're wearing different clothes each day and not get sent home with the same pair of clothes, not neatly folded, right?
Yeah. Yeah, so I would approach it like a midweek for the morning, but I don't think there's not a strict, they're not going to be strict about it.
We'll
From what
put
I
something
remember.
out there about that. Babe, if you could take a note, I'll talk to Pastor about it, and I'll get I'll send an email out with some clarifications specifically on that point.
Thank you.
No problem.
I got a question in the chat. I'll answer because I think it'll be applicable to everybody, just in case they're not seeing it. It says, can parents show up for services if they are not volunteering? And the answer is yes, you would enter from the outside doors, but once once service is over, then you would exit back out. You wouldn't come into the camp area. And that's just for safety and security. I know your kids, but for us to keep track and keep everyone safe on our side. And it's the same for anyone that would come in and visit the services.
Anyone else got questions? See, raise hand. Oh yeah, Sister Aguilar, go ahead.
Yeah, hi, praise the Lord. So last year there was about two girls in the seniors dorm that they literally complained like the whole week because they said when they submit the application, they were allergic to dairy. So there was mostly cheese and or in a lot of the meals. So is there gonna be an option for them, like in case I know one of them is going again, so that I don't know about the other one, but I know one of them is going. It's not from the church I go to, but I know her. So that was something that she was complaining. And in fact, when I went there, I went to go out and I got her like a salad from somewhere, like for her to eat or something like that. So is there going to be any change about that?
I'll let Brother Brazil. I don't know. How are you handling diet restrictions, Brother Brazil?
Yeah, so I haven't been made aware of anything for anybody. I guess the best practice would be if there is someone with a specialty diet that needs to have something special made, if we can just get that information, then we can definitely make sure that they have something to eat for sure. So if I don't know what avenue you would want them to
We can get
send
that
that
to you today.
information. Yeah, maybe
We'll
send
get
that
it to you today.
guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
One more thing. I'm taking the van from my church with some youth, about 8, 9. So some of the girls are asking me if I already talked to them about the phones and all that stuff. And tomorrow we're having another meeting about Camp West. But some were asking me if they could take like one of those like film cameras to take pictures during break or something like that. So I told them I'm gonna ask because I'm not sure. But it's not like the huge camera, but those still is a camera, tiny ones like films. So I don't know if they will be allowed to use
Disposable
that.
one or something like that? Like a disposable camera or something?
Yeah, something like that.
That's reasonable. We encourage them to take photos in common areas where it's appropriate. It's when you're in the dorms and the pictures are not appropriate that the problems
Yes.
come. So, but
Yes.
and it's really difficult because like we can make all the rules in the world, but if we can't enforce them, then they're useless. So, we really depend on people to follow the rules and to operate and that's like your encouragement to them is like, look, use wisdom. Think about it. Where you're taking a picture, look around. What's behind you? Like, don't do it in a dorm. Don't do it in a place, with the showers in the background. Just using wisdom when they're doing stuff. And that's really all it is. And yeah, I encourage you. I hope they take pictures. I hope they take lots of pictures and, post them on social media. Tell everybody what a good time you're having because this apostolic lifestyle is the best way to live. And the world needs to know. They're missing out. I have more fun being apostolic. Listen, I lived in the world till I was 34 years old. I was miserable. Nobody told me about this whole lifestyle, but now I'm here. And I can tell you that I encourage them to take pictures.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Who's next? Anybody?
Brother Jake,
Yeah.
one of the things that we forgot to mention is on Tuesday is our water day for juniors. So make sure you bring
Parents.
Parents, please send your kids with things that they can wear on a slip and slide and have lots of fun and be modest.
Yeah,
So
modest.
girls, if they've got swim dresses or swim outfits with leggings, no swimsuits, but boys, we're not wearing shorts. We are going to wear our pants, but bring something they can get wet in and that dries quickly because we don't want to send sopping wet clothes home.
Makes complete sense. Yeah. Don't send them in a trash bag with armholes cut in it.
Yeah.
That's not going to work. But if that's all we got,
Trash bags.
with the
We
armholes
did
cut.
use trash bags one year.
We did use it.
Oh,
We didn't send
Okay.
them home in it though.
don't send them home in the trash bag. You show up to camp happy and ready to go and get sent home in a trash bag. That's Camp West for you. Hey, anything else? Anybody else got anything? I see a comment in the chat from Carla Adair that says, "Thank you, everyone in leadership for all your hard work. We appreciate it." That means a lot coming from Carla Adair. That means a ton. I'll take that one. I'll put it in the bank. Anyone else got anything? Andrea Lopez is telling her kids to brush their teeth. Listen, we do it too. We tell our kids too. I'm not going to say what happens, but
Hi.
tell them.
Hello. Hi. This is Sister Parks in Selma.
Oh, hi.
Hi. I just have a question. As far as like for us, we're staying on the campgrounds on an RV. Now, what's going to be the situation for, say, us wanting to just walk around the campgrounds during the day because, you know, we just want to go and see what's going on. How is that going to be applied, you know, to outside people? Not necessarily just for the services, but do you guys get my question?
Yeah, and this was Sister Parks.
Yes.
Yeah, so it just like every year for you guys, there's no changes. We're just talking about people who are not volunteers, not staying on site. So at that point, that's when we have a little more rules, but it would be the same as you have had every year.
Okay. So for instance, someone who's staying in a hotel, but you know, they're only going to be able to come to the services.
Correct. If they're not a, volunteer.
Yes. Okay. All right. That's what I wanted to clarify. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey, Sister Pearl put something in the chat. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sister Wolf answered her very
There
quickly.
may need, if I'm not answering correctly, how I answered that question to Sister Pearl in the chat, please feel free to speak up. But yes, it's at the Monterey Fairgrounds, and you'll drop off like the video showed. That video will go out to everyone where exactly to drop off on the side of the fairgrounds. It's not a church.
Is anyone now, since people are done asking questions, let me ask my questions. Has this been clear? Are we missing anything? Is there any information that we're not covering that is up in the air that's confusing? Any gaps? Yeah, 56 people on the call. I'm going to use this as a sampling. I think
Can I ask a question?
Oh yeah, please. That's the hope. Go
Okay,
for it.
this is Sister Christine from Compton. I just want to just double check. My daughter has a swim skirt that has like the leggings underneath it. It's from Dress for His Glory, but it is short sleeve, but she's a junior. She's 8 years old. Is that okay for her to wear on the slip inside? I mean, it's completely covered underneath because they have a bodysuit underneath, but it is short sleeve. So did you want them to only wear long sleeve even on the slip inside?
No, we are allowing juniors to wear short sleeve, no cap sleeve, but short sleeve is okay.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Okay. Appreciate it. Anything else? Okay, well, I'm going to stop the recording.